Hi, my name is Mr. Linden, and in this video I'm going to show you how I go through some promos and pick tracks in order to make a mix. This is the way that I do it, so it's not necessarily the way to do it, but I thought that people might enjoy seeing how I go through the process and get from choosing tracks to a final product. So it's a 3-part series, and there will be this one, which is track selection and sort of organization. The next one is actual recording. And then the third one is going to be editing and how I sort of overlay other things into it in order to make it more interesting. In this case, it's an intro and an outro. So this one is about 45 minutes long, and in it, I just explain my thought process when I'm selecting tracks, and then sort of explain when I'm kind of organizing them into an order, why and what I look for. So let's get to it. Hi, my name is Mr. Linden, and today I'm going to go through how I go through my promos and choose tracks for DJing. I am going to be recording a mix for CD9.5 FM. It's a nonprofit dance radio in Seattle, Washington. And I'm doing a guest mix there, and I'm going to choose some tracks that I may not actually normally play. I generally play kind of deep house and maybe a little more chill stuff. But for this particular station, I thought that it might be good to do some newer music that might be a little more hype, have a little more vocals in it since it's radio. And so I'm going to be going through tracks and kind of talking about how I like making comments on on how I make my decisions. And these are all just totally going to be my opinions. If I don't like something, it's just because I don't like it. And so no offense to any of the artists here whose distributors have graciously allowed DJs like me access to early. So I haven't been through my promo bin in a long time, so there's a lot there, and I'm going to kind of fly through it kind of quick and be kind of choosy because there's a lot there and I don't need that many. It's just an hour-long mix, and I have other tracks I'm going to play as well. And then later I'm going to record how I actually play and record when I'm doing an in-studio mix. That way, I thought that this might be a handy way for people to see how one person does mixes and preps and stuff like that for mixes. So let's get to it. So these are in order of release date. So I'm just going to go ahead and I guess I'm just going to go like about halfway through just to sort of see what's going on. And let's start with this Rock Bottom. Haven't heard it yet, so let's take a listen. Blue by Elijah Sultan. Says it's bass house and tech house, so that might work pretty well for what I'm looking for. that's not bad. It doesn't really. It's not like super generic, and I'm not a big fan of those sort of over processed vocals that have that bit of like a skipping in it. Sort of it's like a vocoder without being quite a vocoder, but what are you gonna? That's being really nitpicky. And it sounds like something that would totally get radio play. So it's definitely going to be one that's like I think about. As you see here, I just skipped through real quick because you've heard enough of these that you get the idea. Nah, that's not my vibe at all. The lyrics are just too meh. I'm not really into those kind of lyrics. So in order to download it, you have to comment, and a lot of people just do not just a few letters just to be kind of just get their music, but I like to at least say what I like about it. So nice groove and sweet bass whoops. And then I'm going to go ahead and download I download everything in AIFF, and I'm going to download the extended and the radio because I might use the radio mix for this particular mix. We'll see. Okay, and then on to another one. Okay, kind of a Latin vibe. Little chill, I think. Let's check out the Redux Saints. Got some pretty good sound design. That's the words I was looking for. And that's not surprising with Redux Saints. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and grab that one too. Good to go there. And sound design. Water, Matte, and Burner. So Relish, I tend to have a pretty good track record with Relish tracks. So let's see. Kind of piano housey. Interesting that has that bass rumble in there. Can you feel the power? I ain't letting go. Yeah, I like that. I also have a gig in 2 days, so I might be sort of shopping a little bit for some of that too. Sometimes you just say stupid stuff like piano and rumble. After you do a bunch of these, you just start to you understand why people just are like, oh, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. And let's see, Noizu. Oh, here we go. Acid rain. This better be acid or I'll be pissed. Cursing. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to give that one a 4. And I like the play between playground vocals and learn how to type. Playground vocals and acid stabs. I also like the little disco. There's a little sort of disco interstitial right in there. Right, this little part right here. Like that you could even loop that and that'd be cool. Right. Sometimes I'll flip through and see if I recognize anything off like Insomniac records, like for them. Oh, and it's a sampler. They tend to have a lot more stuff. There's another. Oh, look, it's the Noizu. That I think that last track was off of Insomniac.
I thought to myself, what the fuck?
Nope, can't play that one.
All day, all night.
Total peak time. I'm probably just gonna get this whole thing.
You lie out on my face. Me, the man oh, how deep is your love?
That's dope. I know that LP is big into the femme house sort of scene, and I'm assuming this Her Mix-a-Lot is probably as well. But that sounded really really classy. All night dancing. Let's go dancing. I wanna go dancing with you all night. Wanna go. Yeah, I've heard it's very similar. Some nice deep Afro housey kind of stuff there. Almost like kind of ravey stab throwback.
Oye, mate, yo no sabía. Dos mujeres.
Some Latin tech house.
Yeah.
It's cool. Kind of a redo of that classic vocal with some garage. I like that. Yeah, that's a good sampler. Give that 5 stars. I think my favorite is gonna be the crap. I don't know, dude. They were pretty good, but I'm gonna go with While the Record Spins. I like that. It's a great varied sampler. Then I'll just download the whole. All right. House Freaks. Let's see. Yeah, I like that. There's always good stuff coming out of Australia. Lulu Players, I believe I've heard them before. See, I'm just not feeling that. Something about that vibe of tech house that just gets played so much that I try to avoid it, and I have a lot of it, so I just tend to skip that stuff. Not saying anything about the quality, it's just my personal taste. While that might not be right for what I'm going to do, I still like it. Anything that has some non-Western vibes, I just, it's good to broaden people's horizons. Real generic, solid vibes. Sugar Daddy, huh? I'm torn because the original remix, the Armand Van Helden remix of Sugar Daddy is, I would say, it's a classic, and it's definitely played a lot. And I want to say I've heard this mix before, this remix before too. It says that it was released on the 22nd of last month, so, it's not super new, but for me, it's like it's too, other people are going to play it. And so like, I'm not, it's not losing anything by me not playing it. I'm a hipster douchebag, basically.
I am the one, I am the truth, I am the one who got the means, who got the tools. I am the one, I am the God, does the bossy boss, just so hard to pass up. I am the one, I am the God, does the truth,
I like that. It's got interesting vocals, it's not just someone's voice pitched down saying like, oh, everybody on the floor. Let's go dance some more. Anyway, sorry. Let me just be judgy. I'll just be judgy Jeremy over here. Right. Dr. Brazil, huh? Let's see this. a sucker for some horns and a little jack and beat. It's pretty solid. That's just a shorter version. Sucker for sax. Oh. Shiba-san. Yeah, that'll do. That's a good one. Not surprising. I mean, that's like one of the top names. And
rebotando, que boluda, culo como un... Solo quiero verte rebotando, boluda, culo como una pelota. Que boluda, culo como una pelota. Ven aquí, solo quiero verte rebotando.
I like that. I definitely lean heavy into the Latin, vocals and rhythms and stuff, and just because there's a lot of us white DJs out there, and there's definitely a tendency to sound very similar. Oh, I'm always a sucker for a fake white label. I've been known to throw an image of a white label on my releases. Come on. That's smooth and has you can hear the emotion in the voice. Okay, this was on that promo, on that sampler, so we can skip that one. This Ain't Bristol has some good stuff. Jan X Jake Blue, I Want You. Sorry, bro. Yeah, that'll go off. I'll go off in the club. As hipstery and snobby as I could be sometimes, the thing is, you gotta play tracks that people know, or recognize the source of, because that'll keep them on the dance floor. They'll get excited because you play a bunch of stuff they've never heard. People want to dance to stuff they want to hear. So. Box of Cats. I mean, come on. I'm a cat person. But Box of Cats always has pretty upbeat, kind of quirky, and I think Kyle Watson is the head. I think I'm gonna have to get it. Those wahs, though. Yeah. I hope that people read these and at least are somewhat entertained. I know I entertain myself, but that doesn't necessarily mean that anyone else thinks it's funny. I'm a sucker for a good walking bass line. Yeah, I'm definitely getting that one, even if I don't play it. I will play it, maybe not this weekend, but I'm gonna give it 5 stars. That walking bass line, though. All right, one and this one. Okay, getting close to the top. Probably just gonna go to the top and call it good. You don't need to I'm not gonna sit here and listen to everything because I'm not even playing that many tracks. So.
Give me.
I've been liking the stuff on retail.
Never be the same. I know you're screaming out my name like a dragon that I never ever seen.
Lyrics are a little cheesy, but that bassline rumble is dope.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna play this one in the club.
If you want to go downtown, better take it slow. If you want to go downtown, better take it slow. If you want to go downtown, better take it slow. Are you ready? Let it bounce down.
Yeah, that's proper. All right, Hot Fuzz. Hot Fuzz usually has really good stuff too. Of course, I say that. Last time I said that, I didn't like the track. So.
My baby champagne.
Oh, it's the Bang Bang Shot Me Down. I'm into it.
I was 5 and he was 6. We're out in houses made of sticks. He were black and I were white. He was always with the fight. Bang bang, he shut me down. Bang bang, I hit the ground. Bang bang, that awful song. Bang bang, my baby shot me.
Nice. All right, Mousetrap, here we go. See, I struggle with stuff like this because there's technically nothing wrong with it. It falls into this sort of middle category of it's not quite the techno that I like to play. A little too melodic, even though it's not like super cheesy melodic. And I don't know. I can't think of any time that I would actually play that, like coming up. Like that's the type of thing, if I would have a specific gig, I would get something like that. Like if there's certain, like something like that would go over really well at a larger sort of warehousey type thing. And I just don't ever play in situations like that. I mean, I can, but nobody's ever asked me to. So yeah, well, it's not bad. It's just not anything that I would play right now.
I'll be his bottle up, it's already tomorrow. Sipping on champagne, need that smile. Like a supermodel, 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 supermodel. I'll be his bottle up, it's already tomorrow.
All right, so that one falls right in line with C89.5, so that probably drop that. I mean, what I would love to do is get with their music director and see if, I mean, I'm sure they get stuff in advance way more than I do, but like it would be cool to play a track that hasn't been played there, but played on the radio there, but I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so download that. Now comes the not so much fun part. That is taking all these, running them on my SSD. I have to make a new Inflyte 4. So I take the AIFFs because they're lossless, but generally I play MP3, or I use MP3. I don't know. I've been playing more and more lossless just because I have faster drives now than I used to, and so it's not as hard. It doesn't take as long for the crap to load and stuff, but I usually do what I'm about to do anyway, even though I've been playing more lossless. So I take them all, make MP3s using XLD. Then, as per my previous video, I go into my DJ music here, and I'll throw them into their genres. And I think I'm going to be really lame and not do that, even though it'll a pain in the ass later. But for now, I'm just going to take them and put them there's a zip file. I hate it when I do that. I opened all the AIFFs. This is where creative editing is going to come in handy. While I have you here, love it if you hit subscribe and I guess click the bell. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. I have a fair amount of subscribers, but I don't think many of them interact here, so it would be nice to get some higher views on some of these things that I'd like to think they help people. So let's help get that out there. All right, so then I open up my Rekordbox. I'm going to make a playlist for C89.5, and then put the AIFFs in there. AIFFs in there. Now comes the fun part of all that processing. So now I can start putting them together into some sort of so what I usually do in my what I like to do in my recorded mixes is put like sci-fi vocals or like dialogue from movies or stuff like that. And when I mentioned that to Harmony from C89.5 and asked if she had any requests, she decided, or she said that X-Files would be really cool. So I'm going in. So I know that I'm gonna play some X-Files adjacent tracks. I might even play the cheesy X-Files mix. We'll see. I'd like to maybe either begin or end with My Weakness by Moby, just because of that epic scene where Mulder finds his sister's ghost. That would be cool. So with that in mind, like this, obviously I don't have those in here right now. The X-Files that I have is on vinyl, and then I have to dig up my Moby. I have it somewhere. Off of Play, I think. So what we have here, let's see the key. So I like to make sure that my tracks sound good together, because you don't want to mix when it just sounds like ass. And then what I often do, just to sort of help all and narrow down your choices, I like to use Rekordbox's recommendations. And then what I'll also do is throw in the genre. I'll go ahead and throw in tech house in there, and that'll give me a lot of stuff. Maybe a little progressive just for S and Gs. And let's see, like, so now we're gonna play super. Now I can't see that one being the intro song, so I don't know. That'll probably be somewhere in the like first quarter or something. And let's see, it gives you all these suggestions. And it's giving me a lot of suggestions. Oh, it's because I had the collection, the whole collection. So it says that while the record spins, it should work with it, right?
I'll be the bottle up, it's already tomorrow. Sipping on champagne, that's my tequila blanco. Everybody is feeling like a supermodel. Like a supermodel. I'll be the bottle up, it's already tomorrow. Sipping, that's my tequila blanco.
You can just hear yourself.
Everybody is feeling like a supermodel. Like a supermodel.
So I don't really have control over the EQ right now, but I can set it to a different thing, but it's kind of, it's not as easy it's not as easy to sort of organize this way. So I have the low cut all the way down. Yeah, so I mean, I'm not gonna totally like figure out how I'm gonna do it right now. Lately I've been doing it more on the fly, but that just sort of lets me hear like what happens when I do certain things. But yeah, those two go together pretty well. Now this I would probably mix way sooner, I don't know. This because this Blaze one had, or I might be thinking of a different track, but it seemed to have a pretty solid intro. Yeah, seems to be a pretty good place for it. So this track coming in is more kind of Latin, and so I feel like it would go pretty well with the sax, like the transition into this sort of Hispanic tech house vibe. smoother on a mixer. Clicking around on a mouse is lame. Yeah, so that seemed to go pretty well. Alright, so now I want to see if this works. I like this track, but I think this is definitely more of a earlier track. So I don't think that Hear My Call will go well with Supermodel. I don't think the vibe is quite right. So when I'm sitting here thinking, looking through these, thinking what could go in between them maybe. Okay, so that won't work because the key is completely doesn't work. Too melodic, so what you're gonna do is go over here and be like, oh well, let's see, this one, oh well, Levitate might work. It's a little harder, but yeah, that definitely works better. So what happens is I do this real quick, and then I'm confident that that works. So I just go ahead and switch to what I now might. This is the one I think should go in between it. So now we'll see how these two go together. Keys aren't exactly right, but I feel like it's close enough that it's not the end of the world. Yeah, see that? I think that would be acceptable. Right, so now we already have 6 tracks, and that's like half the mix. So go back to Pelota. Now the How Deep Is Your Love one will probably work. And then that the high end, the tops work really well with it's additive. It doesn't clash with the tops of the previous track. Love it when, like, that works really well. As long as the vocals don't overlap. That's the next thing I gotta listen for. Bruh. Yeah, so there we go. Hell yeah. Yeah, so this is what it's all about, is just like going through the tracks, finding the ones that make sense together, and then hoping for really good sort of synchronicity like that. So I think that's good enough for this. I think that's good enough for this particular video. I'm gonna record when I stream, or I'm going to record when I mix as well. And got to figure out the camera and the audio, because I need to get a clean mix, but then I also want to talk while I'm doing it to explain what I'm doing. So look for that next. And thanks for sticking around. I'm not sure how, once I edit this, how long it's gonna be. Right now I'm at over an hour, just a little bit over an hour, which is a bit much for just a regular video. And there's a lot of pauses in there and stuff, so we'll see how it goes. So I hope you enjoyed this. Once again, my name is Mr. Linden, Jeremy Linden. I'm a DJ in Seattle. I do deep house and tech house, whatever. I play house. I play breaks. I play drum and bass, and DJ at the clubs here, some of the clubs here in Seattle. And I just like to play, and I like to share my knowledge. So hopefully this helped you out. And if it did, feel free to share this video. And we will catch you on the next one.